The Liberty Weekly podcast is brought to you by Tom Wood's Liberty Classroom. Sick of losing arguments with your statist friends? Fear no more. Now you can vanquish your intellectual foes with courses taught by top libertarian professors. Tool your intellectual arsenal and enroll today by navigating to www.libertyweekly.net/Liberty Classroom or by following the link in the show notes page.
Liberty Weekly State of the Show bonus episode, available for Patreon supporters pledging $10 per month or above. This episode, our September installment, is being made available as a preview of the experience awaiting our Patreon subscribers. For our patrons, we offer show benefits unlocked at tier levels of $3, $5, $10, $20, and $50 per month. Rewards include, but are not limited to, access to the Liberty Weekly ANCAP meme repository, access to show extras, of which there are many, access to the Rothbard repository, a searchable collection of Murray Rothbard lecture audio, early access to unedited audio, access to hyperlinked show transcripts when applicable, redeemable show topic guarantees, and access to our secret supporting listeners Facebook group. Explore these benefits at patreon.com/Liberty Weekly. Thanks everyone for listening, and without further ado, here's the bonus episode. All right, hello Patreon subscribers. This is the first ever State of the Show extra podcast episode that we're going to be doing for Patreon subscribers. I believe, I don't have it in front of me and I should probably know, but it's $10 a month. Orders will get access to this extra subscriber episode. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. This one is going to be released as a regular episode of the show, just so our listeners can get a little taste.
A sample.
Yeah. A taste of the good life. But so yeah, we wanted to talk just a little bit in this episode about, our experience creating the podcast and what it means to us and what we're currently working on. So you probably have gotten our story if you've listened to our appearance on the Actual Anarchy podcast. Also, I think we talked about our experience starting the show with Dean, our conversation with Dean. And so this has mostly been my activism. Like, that's what I consider the show to be. I don't know about you, Jerry. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that you've said. Personally, I kind of have it I'm using it as an outlet for my political anguish. I think that's the best way to put it.
No, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And I've kind of said that it's my outlet for, expressing myself, not to my friends and family in a certain sense, but I just end up talking about it anyways. One that I've noticed. Well, we've had so much fun. I know for me, I've been doing most of the stuff behind the scenes, but in connecting with other people, like having these conversations with other people, and you as the audience have witnessed, us reaching out to other parties in this time. But I've connected. I talk to Dan from Actual Anarchy like every single day on Facebook, and now we have a group forming of libertarian podcasters, and there's a lot of shows out there.
Oh, I believe it.
Maybe I should have known
Thanks,
this
Tom
already.
Woods.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. But they're not all connected with Tom
really?
Woods. Yeah, just a lot of them. The frequent fixture is two dudes that are friends that do a show together. So yeah, but it's been fun. We're thinking about creating. So Dan, maybe this is, I don't know, privileged information, but Dan was talking about possibly doing like this is probably a misuse of the word, but a syndicated podcasters union, like Pax Libertas Productions, I think is the ANCAP Barbershop and the Lava Flow podcast and Resist the Empire podcast. They've joined together and created the Pax Libertas Productions. So maybe something like that. And Dan already owns the domain name Libertarian Union, which I think is kind of funny because to me it implies fisting in the air. What is the union?
Yeah, no, workers' rights.
Yeah.
What you're thinking, it's the But I mean, union means a lot of different things.
That's true.
You know?
I also think of the Union, like Abraham Lincoln Civil War time. One of us will want to leave the Libertarian Union, and we're all going to have a proxy war to keep them in. Yeah.
Yes.
We could do that. What, like, one of us won't stop swearing on the podcast or saying terrible things, and then they'll want to leave because we won't allow it, and then yeah. So
but then we'll steal all their podcasts and re-upload them on our stuff.
So going forward, we kind of had the hiatus where we were just too busy to reconnect and do a show, but we've kind of, and we alluded to this in the episode we just recorded about Antifa and free speech and all that, but we've nailed down a rough plan of once every other week, and I think that should be pretty good. I think because I think meeting every week was getting to be a little bit too much to do. But yeah, like I said, it's been super rewarding. I would urge everyone out there to start their own show. You know, if you want to get into contact with me, it has been great. It has been really evolving in our journey with liberty, I think.
Possible sneak peek, no promises. Something that I'm interested in doing is a show on intellectual property within like the medieval Europe and Renaissance period, kind of dealing with the origins of copyright and the kind of idea of guilds, that's not intellectual property, but I think it's related to it. Guilds, who has the right to produce a particular thing. And I think that'll be interesting history that maybe a lot of people won't know.
Something like mercantilism or that kind of setup?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if it'd be classified as mercantilism, but just within Europe, not dealing with other countries or anything like that, but it would be, like you've got town and you've got one particular organization, one guild of shoemaking or whatnot, and only people who are in that guild are allowed to make shoes. Someone cannot come. This is what I believe is the case. I need to do more research, but someone could not come into that town and start up a rival shoemaking guild or company. It would be illegal, and there would be. I know that there have been arguments over like what guild has the right to produce what, if they're kind of close or one is sort of adjacent to another, and it's definitely foolish and stifles competition and it's bad, and is kind of like a proto-union in a way, proto-unionism, you might think of it like that, but I think it's something that's really interesting, and it's something that I want to learn a lot more about, and I definitely think it will, give me insight. I've started getting into medieval history, which is mostly because I'm
from our Savage Worlds campaign.
I'm making a D&D game. It's in a different system, but so I've been getting really into that, and I think this is marrying some of my different passions, and I think it'll be neat to learn about. And I hope that if I, again, no promises, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make this, especially now that I'm putting it on air.
Oh, now we're going to hold you to it.
Now I'm being held to it, but I think you'll find it interesting because everything that I've learned so far has been really fascinating.
And audience, Jerry is like the best GM or game manager. He's poured so much into our campaign, and it's been freaking great. And I'm embarrassing him now.
You can't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes.
It's been great. I never played a tabletop RPG before, and I'd always wanted to, and now we're doing it before I move away after I graduate law school. But yeah, so but another thing I wanted to mention about the podcast is how like applicable skills that I've learned in doing it, and like I've learned e-marketing. E-marketing has certain implications, not e-marketing, but some marketing things, and how to navigate this whole things that will be useful in business, if I ever open a firm, and plus the speaking skills I've learned, and the ability to be a little more candid on the mic, which is developing.
Currently developing.
But, you know, not only that, the tech of working with the mixer and, you know, manipulating audio, and also creating YouTube thumbnails through apps like Canva. I've been using Canva to create our YouTube thumbnails now. And, you know, doing, what is that, Skyping and all that kind of stuff, and networking with people and doing research and stuff. So it's been pretty cool. So you benefit in lots of ways from doing something like this. Yeah, but otherwise, school's been all right. You know, this is a state of the podcast episode.
I guess.
So
yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'm kind of struggling with secured transactions right now, but I just need to put more work into it, because as it is, I spend more time working on the show than I do on my schoolwork. But I do a fair amount of work on my schoolwork.
Yeah.
So that just lines it all up. And I'm not complaining. I love it. I do it because I love it, you know.
For me, work is starting to get busier, but that's not like that big of a deal. It's just late Q3, or is it Q4 now? I don't even remember. Who cares? But
we're at that point.
Yeah, but this is when my job starts to get a little bit more exciting. This is the time when I actually like earn my pay compared to most of the year.
I see.
Yeah,
that's probably why. So one thing I'm looking forward to, and the music upstairs just got louder.
Roommates way less cool. Yeah, that's a good state of the podcast thing. Yeah, I live in a duplex more or less, and I got new upstairs neighbors, and they are noisier, which is unfortunate, but there's not a whole lot that I can do. Yeah. I apologize.
I think as I was walking in, I saw them come in, and I was like, so that's
you looked into the eyes of your new nemesis.
Yeah. And there was because your old neighbors were pretty cool.
Yeah. They're pretty. Yeah, they were really chill.
Yeah. One thing I'm really looking forward to, and this will probably come up before we do another State of the Podcast, is that on the weekend of October 25th, I think, is that a weekend? I'm gonna pull up the October. Well, Suffocation and Black Dahlia Murder are playing in Ringgold, Wisconsin. Which is, so in Ringgold, Wisconsin, they have come up. What is that? Just a weird name?
So if you want to meet Patrick,
no, that's
you know where he's gonna be.
That's not what I was getting at. But the Suffocation and Black Dahlia Murder are playing at Ringgold, Wisconsin on Wednesday, October 25th. If you want,
first Liberty Weekly meet.
Well, we were gonna go to Agorafest in South Dakota. That never materialized because it was hella expensive. But anyways, Black Dahlia Murder, Suffocation. If someone legitimately went to meet me, that would be awesome. We would hang out and we'd have a good fucking time too. But this venue is great because it's an old school that someone bought and converted into a concert venue, and they mostly bring like shitty, disgusting nu metal. You know, that like radio bullshit. But they're bringing like legit death metal there, and it's an intimate venue experience. And plus, since it's death metal like that, I'm hoping that there won't be that many people there. I don't know. It's in the middle of bumfuck Wisconsin, nowhere, like outside of Wausau.
Sounds pretty metal.
It'd be pretty metal, and I'd like to go and. I don't know if a lot of people were there or whatever, but that weekend also, I might like take the whole week of school off because I'm a 3L and fuck everything. But we're having a shooting weekend, my family and I and my parents. So I'm gonna shoot the old 9mm and the M1 Grand and have a lot of fun doing that. So I'm excited.
That's good.
So, well, this was the first State of the Show podcast episode. And we had a good time recording it. We hope that in the future there will be more, but it will be for our Patreon subscribers. So if you want to get... I was never wanting to lock any content behind a paywall, but this is the one exception I'd make, is just a more intimate connection. Because usually, you know, if you support someone on Patreon, you're interested in, you know, what they're doing and stuff. So, but so you can find to subscribe, I think it's at the $10 a month level. It's not the Ludwig von Mises access level. It's the Murray Rothbard level access. And pardon the puns, but it's $10 a month. You'll get stuff like this. You'll also get extra bonuses like transcripts, early access content, access to bloopers and what, not blooper, but extras and stuff. And access to the Liberty Weekly meme repository that I've been working on. Wait, did I say Liberty Weekly?
Yeah, you did.
It's a meme repository.
I'm just making faces.
You're throwing me off. I think it's good because it's been useful. People like memes.
Yeah.
I put a whole bunch in there, and they're searchable with tags. So
That's
if you're,
important.
Yeah,
That's a service right there.
Yes, it is a service. And another thing, I've been in contact with Dan, and at that $10 level, I'm also going to throw in, he has the Rothbard repository that he's collected, and he has taken all of Rothbard's lectures that are recorded, and he's put them in one place, and they're searchable. I've heard, I haven't checked it out myself, but it sounds really awesome. Or I've looked at it, yeah, just a little bit. But it really is a service. Then you don't have to look at all disparate sources, and you get, just tons of bonus here that we're throwing your way. One thing he is working on is he has found this app that will animate things, and he's been able to animate Rothbard in a cartoon and synced it up with the lectures. And we're working on this project. It's going to take a lot of time and effort, but goddamn. And I saw a clip, and I'll include a clip in that clip in the show notes page here if I can get access to it. But I saw it, and it was magical, for real. It added a whole new element to it. It was really cool. And so in the cartoon, he can even program it so lecture slides will appear on the class board or the projector board. So all those can be yours for the low price of, like, around the price of one Chipotle burrito per month. You can get access to all this. So, alrighty. Well, I've rambled about our Patreon for a little bit. It's patreon.com/Liberty Weekly. But thanks so much for joining us and for considering supporting the show. We really appreciate it. But we would do it without that even. It's been a real pleasure to interact with you guys on that level. So, also you would get access to our burgeoning Facebook community. If you haven't already, check us out, facebook.com/Liberty Weekly. All right, so that's everything I got. But we'll sign out. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.